Hello and welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver. Got it this time. Joined by Sharpy.
Hello.
Now, we don't have Lockie for unforeseen circumstances, so we'll power through. We've got a few new things this week, actually. So the first thing is we've got as you've probably seen on ESPN, we've got the board for hot takes. So there's only one on there now that you probably can't see, which is I put the Warriors finishing above the Lakers. That's one I can remember at least. So you could consider that a hot take. So I'm sure me or Sharpy are going to have quite a few by the end of or halfway through the season. We'll get onto it. Our other new segment is our weekly multis. So Sharpy, did you want to start off first with yours?
Yeah, well, since the NBA is starting next Wednesday, I thought might as well just do 3 NBA games now. So I've got Golden State beating the Lakers. Yeah. Golden State paying $2.60 and the Lakers paying $1.40. I think the way the Lakers have been playing, like they just lost to the Kings. They lost to the Warriors, like G League team. So, you probably wouldn't put it past. Yeah, so I've got Golden State. I've got Indiana to beat Charlotte. Indiana paying $2.20. Charlotte paying $1.60. You look at how Charlotte played yesterday, or how they played against the Mavericks, whatever time you're watching it. They played terrible. So I think Indiana here, I think Sabonis is going to flop and stat pad his way to a win. And obviously I got my Knicks.
Oh, the Knickerbockers
against Celtics.
That's three underdogs.
Knicks paid favourites in that game.
Are they really?
Yeah, paying $1.80. Celtics $1.90, I think. So
still good odds.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a good game. Kemba and Fournier back in Boston.
Jeez, that will be a good game.
Thunder legend Kemba Walker.
Yeah, true. Well, I've gone a different route. I've gone just a few not short odd favourites, but they're decent odds. So I got the Colts to beat the Texans. A few NFL ones here. Colts to beat the Texans. Braves Packers to beat the Chicago Bears. The Bills to beat the Titans. And then we go on to the NBA. I've got the Bulls to beat the Pistons, paying $1.66. I don't know if Cade's going to be back for the start of the season or not, but the Bulls with the players they got paying $1.66 to win. I mean, that's a bit of value there, I'd think. Sixers paying $1.72 to beat the Pelicans without Zion. I think that's good money. Timberwolves to beat the Rockets and the Blazers to beat the Kings at $1.45, which is not too bad. So next week we'll have an accountability session and we'll see how we went. I dare say Sharpy probably go a bit better than me for the first week. But anyway, moving on to the NBA season awards. First off, Coach of the Year. We'll get the bad ones out of the way first. Who you got for this? It's a hard one to choose.
Yeah, I don't see Tibbs going back to back because for him to go back to back, I think you'd have to win a title now that the Knicks' expectations.
But the title doesn't count. It's a season award, Sharpie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, they'll have to finish first in the East then. There you go. I'll probably go Coach Bud.
Oh, I've gone for Billy Donovan just because I think even though the Bulls have got a lot of new players, I think if he gets them into the top 4 or top 5, he probably will get it. I feel bad for Monty Williams not getting it if he goes really good again this year, but it'd just be good. Maybe OKC's coach can win a big Mark Dagnall. just getting over those 22.5 wins. So we'll move on. Most improved. Now, Michael Porter Jr. is the favorite. Are you going with him?
I actually got Lonzo Ball here. I reckon new city, new team, all these great talent around him. I think he can do something special there. So I reckon he's going to have a good year. So yeah, I've got Lonzo.
See, I've got Michael Porter Jr., but I've gone obviously after what I've seen from preseason, I've gone with Dort just for the OKC connections, just because he's shooting like Steph Curry out here. But one that I wouldn't be surprised, I think he's up there in the favorites as well, is Kevin Porter Jr., whether he can back up the form last year or whether it was just a couple. How do him and Jalen Green work, do you think? Do you think that
I
they're
reckon
going to
they're gonna. I
coexist?
reckon they're gonna work. Yeah, I reckon they're gonna work great together. I like both their game styles. So, and especially because Kevin Porter's got a lot of great. He's got a lot of good talent around him as well.
Mm.
With obviously Christian Wood, Şengün, obviously Jalen Green. It's gonna and Josh Christopher as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see how
They're
he
not going to be
plays.
that bad this year. They're not. I don't think they're going to be bottom two like
Nah,
in the NBA. I think they'll.
they're not going to be spectacular, but they're going to have
Yeah,
some moments where they're going to be like, gee, they're going to be good. So
and they'll be enjoyable to watch. Even when Harden was out, I didn't like watching Houston just because of the free throws and everything. But I feel like that'll be a good watch this year with Sengun and all that. Spoke about one of the players here, rookie of the year. Jalen Green's like a $3 favorite. Who have you got?
yeah, well, in my actual multi, I've got Jalen Green. It's just him being on such a small team. He's going to get a lot of the ball. He's going to be the one that's scoring the most. But then I'm also tossed up between that and Josh Giddey because you look at someone like him. It's whoever's been on a bad team. They're the ones who have been getting rookie of the year, like LaMelo, rookie of the year.
They came fifth, or no, sorry, they came eighth, didn't they?
Who's that?
Charlotte, they got in the eighth, didn't they? Or they got in the play-in at least. I know that
they
much,
weren't
but
they weren't
yeah,
spectacular. Yeah. Like he was running the floor, getting rebounds, assists, scoring, all that stuff. And Josh Giddey's going to be doing that on a nightly basis because that's the type of player he is. So I'm just tossed up between those two players, but I'll probably go with Jalen Green.
Well, I've got Giddey, but so Giddey currently is the seventh favorite, but I saw that stat earlier that he's got like the best stats. Obviously, it's only preseason, and Cade Cunningham hasn't played, but he's currently got the best stats among rookies. One of the guards that was playing that didn't look like he was playing too well was Suggs for Orlando. His stats didn't really look like he'd been playing well. I obviously don't watch Orlando. Have you seen them at all?
Yeah, no. Well, I saw him in summer league. He didn't really look that spectacular. So it's Orlando. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I feel bad. Him and Cole Anthony, I don't think they can coexist. That's one I'm pretty sure on, but I mean, they're a young team, but they're just an ugly team. Sixth man. Now, this is something interesting. Two of the three favourites are Australian, so Mills and Ingles. But obviously, the clear favourites, Jordan Clarkson, to win it again. Do you see any change?
No, you'd probably go Jordan Clarkson again.
Yeah. I thought a sneaky outsider might be Derrick Rose, but it depends how much IQ starts.
Kemba.
Oh, not necessarily Kemba, but like off the bench, when Derrick Rose and IQ are on the court at the same time, I feel like IQ might take shots from him. You're probably you're the specialist on the Knicks. I don't know if that's right, but
no, you are.
Yeah. That's my outsider. Well, we're zooming through these, so we're up to that time of the week already. So,
Slugs, horsey tips.
All right, for this week's horsey tips, he has race 7, number 2 at Caulfield Colette, race 7, number 1 at Randwick Nature Strip, and each way of the day is race 5, number 8 at Eagle Farm Dominada. God, why do they make these names so hard? Now we're moving on to defensive player of the year. Who have you got? I think the favourite's Rudy Gobert and AD.
Yeah,
but
as usual, be Rudy Gobert, but I've gone with Giannis here.
Ooh, Giannis. May I say his shot's looking very nice as well, which is concerning. Why have you gone with Giannis?
I reckon he's going to want to go. He's obviously going to want to go back to back. So he's going to be doing everything to try and to make that happen. So
yeah, I've gone with Bam. I think that they're going to be better overall defensively with Lowry and PJ Tucker. So I think that maybe they can get the number 1 or 2 defense possibly in the league, depending on who their 5th starter is. But I mean, I don't see AD getting it because I don't think their defense is going to be nearly as good. And he's good defensively, but he was only really good defensively because the coach's system and everything and the players around him. But I've got your boy as a sneaky outsider at $61 or $51. Mitchell Robinson, if he starts, obviously.
Whenever he bloody comes back from injury.
Yeah, if he plays, I reckon he's a sneaky shout, but he has to start. And you got Nerlens Noel there, who's a good player for you.
He's also injured as well, Noel. They're both injury-prone centers.
So if Mitchell Robinson, if it gets a few games into the season and he's playing and he's healthy, I'm going to back him in. Now, the most important one, MVP. Who you got?
I've got Embiid. Well, I was more comfortable with Embiid a few days ago, but now knowing that Ben Simmons is coming back, I've no bloody clue what's going on there. I was thinking, Embiid's going to get a lot more touches this year of the ball, so he's going to be able to play his style, not just relying on someone to sit on the 3-point line, not shoot, and then so Embiid has to clear out. So I reckon I had him, but now I'm just up in the air, so I'll probably just stick with Embiid. But now,
let me pose a question to you: who's caused more crap? Do you think so far, Simmons or Kyrie?
Oh, probably Simmons.
Yeah.
Kyrie's like it's his choice at the end of the day not to.
Yeah.
And he came out yesterday, in his live stream and said like he's not retiring and everything, which is good. Like I think KD in an interview today as well said, Kyrie's doing his thing, so the team chose to do their thing, and obviously, not allow Kyrie to train with them and stuff.
I think, well, I didn't see KD's interview, but I saw Harden's. I think he's starting to get a bit fed up with it, for the attention. Like, was it you saying it earlier? If they don't have Kyrie, they probably have I think it was one of our mates. If they don't have Kyrie, they might even have a better chance. If they say traded Kyrie for some other pieces, you got Harden and KD, give the ball to Harden, let him play make. What do you think of the Simmons Kyrie trade rumors? Who do you think would win and who do you think would hold out on that trade?
Probably Philadelphia, because I think they'd be looking for Kyrie plus picks and everything, and that they'd understand the Kyrie situation, and that so you're not getting you're just not just getting a play, you're getting a personality with him. So I think Philly would be holding out for a few more extra pieces in that, maybe getting someone like, even though he's just signed, but he can be traded later on, Cam Thomas or something, just a future prospect there.
I think giving Simmons to a direct, well, not a rival, but like another big team in the East, I don't think they want to do that. Because imagine that team at the Nets, Simmons at the Nets, that I nearly think they would have to make them clear favorites, because I mean you got KD who can shoot and Simmons who can lock down.
Five all-stars on one team.
Yeah.
But who knows? It didn't work with the Warriors because of injuries. So
true. But I just want to see Simmons get out of there. I don't feel bad for him, but I don't want to see him play there, because I just
want all this shit to be over.
Yeah, it'll be awkward seeing him play there and shit, and I just want to see him play against Embiid for the first time, to be honest. Anyway, back to the question at hand. I've Doncic. I think that if they get the wins over 48, I think that's enough for him to. He's going to have the stats, whether KP has a good year or not. And he's got Moses Brown, so he can just throw alley-oops to Moses and throw the ball to Reggie Bullock and hit threes.
And Boban in the corner.
Yeah, and Boban in the corner. Why don't they play him enough? I know that they've got like 3 players over 7 foot there, but someone's going to use Boban, surely. He can shoot the ball. He's slow. Yes, he's tall. but he's so tall. you
Garbage
can't-
time specialist.
Yeah, it's like I was watching Bol
A bit of
Bol
a
today.
taco fall.
I was watching Bol Bol today. He was actually crossing up. He did a sham guard. Bol
Yeah.
Bol did a sham guard.
Yeah, he's been doing that for. If you watch his pre-draft tapes and everything, he was dribbling good as. So
Like he was hitting floaters and all, and I'm just like, how does some team not use these players like Taco Fall and all these big behemoths? But I mean, each their own. So yeah, I've gone for Doncic. You've gone for Embiid. We'll see who's right in the future, obviously. But finally, the champions or the finals matchup first. Who you got for the finals matchup?
I've got Golden State versus. Brooklyn. I'll just go with Brooklyn.
Yeah, I thought you might have froze or something. I'm like,
Nah, I was about to say Bucks, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they can go back to back. What about your Atlanta Hawks?
No, I still got to finish in third in the East, though.
I think it's going to be. I have the same matchup actually. I don't think the Nets are going. I don't think the Lakers are going to get there. I don't.
Nah.
I mean, I'll be interested to see how the Nuggets go when they're fully healthy. But yeah, I had this. Yeah.
Jamal Murray's time frame is. You know,
So
it also depends on whether Klay Thompson's back as well. I you know,
well, he's been
like
cleared
Jordan,
for training.
the way Jordan Poole's been playing, I don't think it's
Mm.
going to make much of a difference. Like
He's up
been
there for
playing
most improved as well. And
Yeah,
sixth man of the year.
Yeah, he's been playing superb at the moment. So
Mm. I mean, so if we have Nets and both have Nets and Warriors, I'm going for the Nets because I just think they're going to be too good, even if Kyrie's not playing. Are you similar?
no,
Or?
I'll go with the Warriors.
I hate watching the Warriors win, but as long as it's not
As long as it's not the Lakers, I'm happy. Just
yeah, as long as
And
it's
I don't
not
want-
Nets
and-
Lakers.
me being a Knicks fan, you know, it's probably best to not
Yeah.
go for the Nets.
Yeah, I just don't want to see a Nets Lakers finals. Like I think a lot of people
Yeah.
want to see that.
Stuff
Just-
like that.
Not enjoyable, but
It will be good to see, but like it's just
well,
No, I don't
everyone's like, oh, we're not getting the finals matchups we want. And people were complaining last year because it wasn't Lakers versus Nets
Clippers
in the
bloody
final.
Western Conference.
Yeah.
Haven't had that.
But like, it's not Lakers versus Nets or Clippers versus Lakers. And they're like, oh, no one's watching the finals because of this. I honestly reckon that finals last year was one of the best ones in recent years. Like, obviously, you got Warriors
Exciting to
versus,
watch.
yeah, you got Warriors versus Cavs like 3 times, and then I think they're better than all of those except for the one that the Cavs won.
And it's just like you couldn't choose winner in that one.
Yeah,
At all.
it was too
You
close.
did not know.
Like at the start, you're usually hedging towards one team, and then after like 2 games, you're pretty sure who's going to win.
Yeah, well, especially like after the first 2 games, everyone was
And
like,
we
"All right,
were.
Phoenix has got this." Yeah,
We
exactly.
thought Phoenix had it.
I had Milwaukee written off. Like,
Yeah, a lot of us did after the way they were playing, and then bang, they win what 4 straight?
yeah, I think it was 4-2. Yeah,
Was there a game 7? No, there wasn't a game 7.
no, it was
there?
4-2.
Yeah.
No.
Like how that's how things can change. But if you got a matchup of Brooklyn Nets versus Lakers, if the Nets win the first 2 games, you know they're not losing 4 in a row or 4 out of 5 games.
Yeah, well, especially if it's game 4, LeBron will just sit himself out for the last quarter,
Yeah,
and not care,
and just cry.
and then go to Brooklyn.
And then you'll go to the GM and say he needs more help.
Was he going to go to himself? Is he?
Yeah, true. Call up Carmelo. Oh, we need you. We need you to win.
Oh, get Kyrie on the phone.
Yeah.
Let's just trade Westbrook again.
Oh, I had
bring
the
in-
old Thunder versus semi-old Cavs, basically, except AD instead of K Love. But that would be kind of sick, as much as I wouldn't want to see Westbrook and KD teamed up again. God, that would be bad to watch. But
and Harden.
and Harden, yes. That would even be worse to watch. Imagine them 3 trying to figure it out.
The what could have been at OKC.
Oh, well, we should have just fucking kept one of them, to be honest. And the one we kept, I do love Westbrook, don't get me wrong, but he was at the time that they were there, he was my least favorite one out of the 3. But
Brought you an MVP to your team.
oh yeah, he carried us, but I just don't like how he like shoots, how he always has the ball in his hands. Even though I love Doncic, I don't like Westbrook because Westbrook can't shoot. I think, I don't know. Obviously, you want KD first, stay
Yeah.
no matter what. Even though he did his Achilles and then Harden, but no, Sam Presti didn't want to fucking pay to keep Harden. Instead, he wanted to keep fucking Kendrick
Draft
Perkins,
picks.
the fatty. Yeah, true. Draft picks. Well, we could have the next KD and Pokachevsky the way he played today.
Oh,
25 points or something, I think. And he was just
Yeah.
absolutely cooking. And Giddy nearly a triple double. That's
yeah,
something
and you still
something I've got,
lost.
something I've got to bring up before we end. Giddy has about approximately 60 games this year to break the record for the youngest player to get a triple double. Obviously,
You'll
LaMelo
probably have
Ball.
in the first week and a half, maybe.
We can only hope. We need an OKC player to have a record like that. Even though Westbrook probably has all those fucking records anyway, but
Exactly.
we need an Australian OKC Thunder player. Anyway, just a quick one. Are we excited for the NBA to start next week? I can't.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
can't wait.
It's as much as the off season is my favorite part, but I am excited to see it again. So yeah.
That first week back is going to be unreal. But
Yeah,
I
and
feel,
especially opening night. So
yeah, I kind of wish there was more games on opening night. Like I get they want the 2 showcase games to be played, but even just have a few trash teams play in the morning or after.
yeah. Well, the next day and that's when
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when they all start.
That's when
playing.
OKC plays. Don't
Yeah.
have to wait
Who you-
ages like the
who you's
Knicks.
got- Who you got first day?
Utah, so it's an easy dub.
Maybe.
Probably not. I wouldn't put that in me multi anyway.
I mean, you beat the Nuggets, a strong Nuggets. team.
Yeah, true. And SGA and that only played like a half. So, well, I'll let you go. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening, everyone, and goodbye.